10 Bizarre Cryptids. Number 10. ALTAMAHA-HA. There is still no physical evidence of the existence of this aquatic cryptid, but those who claim to have spotted the fish say that it swims around the Altamaha River in Georgia. Its sightings date back to the 18th century when the Tama Indian tribe disseminated legends about the sea monster. People still allegedly spot the ALTAMAHA-HA up to date, and it is often swimmers who bump into the massive river creature. People who have seen it say that it looks much like a sturgeon with a crocodile head. Cryptozoologists suggest that it is an ocean creature spawned in the fresh waters at the mouth of the Altamaha. Number 9. Ely. The Iliamna Lake monster is popularly called Ely by the Alaskan locals. It is said to have existed since the time that the Aleut people inhabited the shores of the Iliamna Lake. The sea monster was first sighted in the 1940s by pilots who claimed that they saw a massive swimming fish in the waters below. The 50s saw a rising number of reported sightings of the aluminum-colored fish. In 1979, Anchorage Daily offered $100,000 to anyone that could provide conclusive evidence that Ely existed. The money remains unclaimed, but people still keep spotting the fish. River Monsters and Animal Planet show ran a featured segment about Ely despite scientists saying that the monster does not exist. The naysayer suggests that the sightings have been of sleeper sharks and not of an actual sea monster. The fish can grow to 20 feet length and often swims into lakes and rivers in search of food. Scientists also say that the description of Ely matches the color and shape of the sharks. We love giving our subscribers and viewers shoutouts, so for today's video, we picked Nick Jean, who commented on our video about bizarre things found in the woods. Nick Jean found a freaky shrine with dolls and candles everywhere. Thanks for commenting. 8. Pope Lick Monster. Just imagine an encounter with a human-goat hybrid featuring a deformed human torso, horned head, and goat legs. It is as frightening as it sounds, and anyone who braves the train trestle over Louisville's Pope Lick Creek has a possibility of coming across this monster. Some believe that the beast is a circus freak that made a solemn vow to avenge his mistreatment, while others say that it is a reincarnated farmer who dabbled in satanic sacrifices. Further claims have it that the creature uses voice mimicry to lure thrill-seekers trespassing the railway trestle to their deaths. Others say that it slays victims with an axe, or the sheer sight of the creature is enough to scare anyone to their death. Despite an 8-foot fence having been put in place to keep visitors away, the area has been the site of numerous mysterious deaths. 7. MAPINGUARI. It's frightening to imagine that a 9-foot-tall monster with backward-facing feet and a mouth on its belly roams the world. This South American cryptid has a bizarre appearance, with some accounts claiming that it has one eye at the center of its head with a tough skin that can deflect arrows. It is also said to have a horrific scent, which gives it up if it ever tried to creep up on you. It is also allegedly a carnivore, blamed for devouring herds of cattle, but there are no documented attacks against humans. It all sounds incredible, and scientists believe that it might just be folklore or actual proof that the giant ground sloth still exists. The creature is extinct, but it shared several features similar to the MAPINGUARI. They were big, ferocious, and smelly, and they could inflict serious harm when faced by a perceived threat. 6. TAHOE Tessie. The sightings of aquatic cryptids are not new, and the TAHOE Tessie joined the family in the mid-19th century. Members of the Paiute and Washoe tribes claim to have seen the critter in an underwater tunnel around the Cave Rock area. Years later, and many more people claim to have seen Tessie, who similarly got her nickname much like Nessie the Loch Ness Monster. Witnesses claim that the creature is about 10 to 80 feet long, has a serpentine body, and a black to turquoise color. Theorists argue that it could be a mosasaur, plesiosaur, or ichthyosaur. The beliefs come from the discovery of the fossils of these prehistoric creatures around the Sierra Nevada mountains. Scientists dispel the theories because the animals became extinct well before the last ice age when Lake Tahoe formed. Some believe that it could just be a gigantic sturgeon or perhaps an unknown freshwater eel species. Is there a mysterious creature you've seen? Take the poll, and if you answered yes, let us know in the comment section below. Number 5. Chessie. Just like Nessie and Tessie, Chessie is yet another sea monster said to inhabit the Chesapeake Bay waters. Numerous sightings of the creature in Maryland and Virginia claim that it is thin, serpent-like, and about 25 to 40 feet long. Most of the sightings took place between the 70s and 80s, and one alleged photo taken of the sea monster turned out to be nothing but a manatee. A video taken in 1982 depicts the creature as a brownish object slithering much like a snake from side to side. However, the authenticity of the video remains unsubstantiated, and the last Chessie sighting took place in 1997. Did Chessie leave the area, die, or maybe the creature just got better at hiding after being seen so many times in the past? Number 4. The Lizard Man. On one fateful night, 17-year-old North Carolina native Christopher Davis was driving back home. It was around 2 a.m. when his tire suddenly blew out near the Skateboard Swamp. Davis went ahead and started changing the tire, and just when he finished the job, a horrifying lizard-like creature lunged at him out of nowhere. Davis managed to get into his car, but the beast went ahead and attempted to wrench his door open. Seeing that his efforts were aimless, the lizard-like animal jumped up on the roof of his car. Davis instinctively started driving away, causing the creature to fall off of his car. He reported the incident to the sheriff's office, describing the beast as being green, scaly skin, 3 clawed fingers, and red, glowing eyes. The police investigated the scene, and they did not find any trace of the creature. However, Davis's car had its door mirror damaged and claw marks on the roof. After that, more people continue to report sightings of the Lizard Man. 3. The Beast of Bay Road. These sightings all boil down to one explanation: werewolves. Long, dog-like snout, tall pointed ears, and brownish-gray fur. But the creature is almost always standing or crouching like a human. Wisconsin is an unassuming home to the original ice cream sundae and this frightening were creature. The sightings go back to 1936, when a hairy humanoid 6-foot-tall wolf was spotted digging into a mound. In '64, the creature was seen running across the road and over a fence in the middle of the day. The witness said, "That was no man. It was all hairy from head to foot." In '72, a woman rang the police to say that it was trying to break into her house. It was thankfully unsuccessful, but later returned and attacked her horse and slashed it across the shoulders. Then again, in '99 on Halloween night, an 18-year-old girl was driving down Bay Road when she felt her car hit something. She stopped to investigate, but was met with the terrifying sight of the hairy monster racing towards her. These are just a handful of sightings throughout the years. Some say it's just a bear or rabid dog, but to the ones who have seen it for themselves, they know the explanation is much more bizarre than people are willing to believe. 2. OZARK HOWLER. People who have encountered this cryptid describe it as a gigantic black cat with glowing eyes and horns. As implied, the big cat produces a loud, eerie howl that rings through the Ozark Mountains in Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, and Missouri. Cryptozoologists suggest that the OZARK howler might be an unrecognized big cat, while anthropologists suggest that the black dogs of deaf British folklore inspired the story of the cryptid. Evolutionists who fall on the side of believers suggest that the cryptid might be a mutated lion breed or the hybrid of a mountain lion and another creature. Number 1. Chupacabra. The legend of the chupacabra is well known, especially around Mexico, but would you believe it that in Kentucky, of all places, the beast was finally hunted down? These images of the supposed chupacabra caused a frenzy, and Mark Cothran, who shot the animal, was stumped as to what he had in his possession. Nelson County residents had a lot of ideas as to what it might be, but no one was certain of any one thing. One woman in town said it looked like a hairless dog she saw on Animal Planet. Another woman refuted the idea that it was a raccoon with mange because the skin is so clear it doesn't have the ruff that's typical of an animal with mange. The chupacabra is supposed to be a fearsome animal that sucks livestock like goats dry of blood. Reports of animals found drained of blood skyrocketed in the 90s, and the chupacabra was considered a likely culprit if you were a believer. Either that or some weird vampire that was trying to avoid feeding on humans. You can find loads of images of creatures that people say are the legendary chupacabra, but a live one hasn't been presented, so we have to just keep on wondering if it's real or not. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button. Coming up next, amazing mythical discoveries explained. Huge floating corpse of some nondescript beast with enormous fangs and very little fur left. In fact, it had already gone purple and black with decomposure, and the smell was horrendous. But it looked so eerily humanoid, and it didn't take the fishermen long to reach a conclusion. They had stumbled upon a dead